Good morning, Rumble. Good morning, Rumble. Good morning, Rumble. Also, good morning, Twitch. Good morning, YouTube Live. Good morning, X Live, and these other platforms that I'm on live streaming this 06.28.2024. Current time is 0604. Eastern time here in upstate New York. That'd be the southern tier of upstate New York where I live and reside this Friday morning. Thank God it's Friday. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on the Rumble. At Fireman Rich over there on X. Truth Social. Instagram Threads. And the public Facebook. The real Fireman Rich. I almost had a Biden moment there. Ooh. We'll get into that. Good morning, folks. I got the morning coffee, a positive start to the day. And when I say hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD. But good morning. We got the coffee here. Good morning, Tina. Good morning to you. And she's making the rounds here. Very good, Tina. Very good. You're saying good morning there on Twitch. You're over there on, let's see. You're over there on, let's see. What the hell's going on here? Okay, here we go. You're on Twitch. You're there on Rumble. Let's get your Rumble going. We need to help out Bernie Dole on his Rumble. And she made the round saying good morning on. Thank you very much. We were loud and clear. We got one person on locals. We have, let's see, we're on X Live. Let's see what we got going over there on X Live. We got nobody over there yet. And we'll just get that up there like that. And I need to put another tab over there for my oh shit, what happened there? Almost dumped the broadcast. So we're all on the same page here as far as that goes. Let me put this back to my profile there on the Twitter and stuff. But we are live on the X Live, and I'm glad to be here. So we're getting the day started here, and we'll see what the day brings. So we didn't take a walk yesterday. We'll probably be taking maybe a walk, maybe not, because we got the furnace guy coming in today. They want to put a monitoring device on our fuel tank and stuff like that to make it a little more efficient. We've never had a problem with getting rid of fuel, or not getting rid of fuel, but getting low on fuel and stuff like. I think we ran out. It's 27 years, 28 years we've lived here. We've ran out of fuel once, and that's because they just mucked something up on their calculations or something like that. But it was all good. That was several years back, and such that. So they got to come in this morning. So this may be just about an hour and a half and stuff, depending on what goes on here and stuff. So, but we are getting our day started here. And I did do a broadcast last night to test the features of Rumble Studios, just to Rumble and to X Live, because it dealt with music and stuff like that. And this music sound doesn't sound that bad. It's a little AM radio-ish and stuff like that, but you can still listen. It's not, when is the internet really crystal clear, depending on even with your equipment and stuff like that. I wanted to just run the file of an old show from, was it April 6th or 16th last night? And I popped on real quick for about 45 minutes, and then popped right out. I didn't do any, it's just strictly the broadcast. So you'll be seeing those popping up here on Rumble as well as X Live, as long as we can broadcast on X Live, because we all know that X Live is going to be changing it up, I guess, for people to broadcast. You got to be a premium subscriber to X, which I will not be one of those. It's not that I'm not cheap. It's just I don't get value for my money. I see I do free things. If free things can get it done, why not do the free things? There's a trade-off. I promote say Rumble Studios, for instance. I love Rumble, so I'm fully vested in Rumble. So why wouldn't I say good things about Rumble? If it was a piece of crap, I wouldn't be here. I'd still be over on primarily on Twitch, and using Prism to go into YouTube and X Live, and as long as X Live lets us do it, it's going to be interesting to see. So there's a trade-off, and so again, there's a lot of people out there, these broadcasters, that they'll say theirs is the best, and they haven't even tried other platforms. I'm not saying Rumble's the best. It's the best for me, okay? It may not be the best for you, but it's probably because you haven't even tried it or even given it a chance. You're stuck in the mud looking at things, okay? Because I said it's not – this is it's probably the one drawback it does have. If you have a guest, they can't broadcast into other things. But you can broadcast on 7 other platforms. And they're giving you a chance to earn a little bit extra monetization with these campaigns. If we get up to over 10 viewers, we'll do a campaign and stuff like that. That's the exciting thing about it. Restream's not doing it. Restream is great. Restream is good. You pay for it. Are you getting your money's values and stuff like that? Where if you're only going to 1 or 2 things, you might as well use Prism, because I don't know what the charge is, but are you getting your money back? They have features just like Rumble Studios, and like I said, I keep on saying, when I see in the broadcaster's dashboard, it's indicative. This used to be Vocal. I guarantee. I've been on Vocal, and this is a platform that during HAPS, everybody was on HAPS, but I was looking at other platforms even back in the HAPS days, and Vocal was one of them. And I said, Vocal has some. They just had to work out the kinks, and they did. And Rumble ended up snagging it up. And so I want to thank Rumble for doing that. They have a great, because the way they did their broadcast before, it was sort of wonky. It had a rotating stream key, and you had to put it, and that it worked okay, but it didn't entice me. So I was using Restream, guest stars. That was working for me. It was working great. I was utilizing it. Other people just crapped on it without even trying it, but that's because they have crappy systems. Guest stars, it became apparent to me. I have a very high-end Well, it's a year old, so but it's still high end. Um, and the big difference is you got to these days, if you want to broadcast and you want to do stuff other than just yap and you bring in other things and stuff like that. With all the audio and video becoming very large files, you need a graphics card. It's just that well, you're cheap, Rich, because you're doing it on a free. No, I'm not cheap. I got a good freaking system, close to $1,000. Cost me $1,000, and it's worked out quite well. And I've gotten money. I've gotten back the money I paid into it by the satisfaction that I'm getting it done. As far as doing things I want to do, I stepped up my level of broadcasting and stuff, and being able to use a program such as Rumble Studios, or even back when it was Twitch guest stars to bring people up. It was, people weren't used to it. They're so you're used to the one button thing and stuff, and the link, and it was the same thing. It was a link. Guest stars was a link, so it was no different. So it just depended on the host's PC or laptop or whatever. You had to have a graphics card. Graphic cards, it helps out so freaking much. If I would have known what I know now 10 years ago, I would have been an average. You got to you got to have something that has high-end graphics cards. Good morning, Big Juice. How are we doing there? How are we doing? And Rich, Friday Night SmackDown. SmackDown on Friday? Is it a wrestling thing tonight? Thank you for being here. Big Juice coming in from Ohio. Good to see you. And as far as that goes, and but good to see you, Steve. And but we're just getting our day started here. So it's just I just have to laugh at these broadcasters that squawk that they don't even want to try it. Okay, granted, Rumble. I'm getting on the high horse here and stuff like that, but I just have to respond back to those broadcasters that say that if you're satisfied with one or two broadcasts, that's fine. That's your bag of donuts and stuff. I like the full smorgasbord. Why go to a third rate? No, I shouldn't say third rate. Restream is not third rate. It's good. They have some upgrades lately here, and it's good. They have a free version, which is good, just like here, But I just like what I see here on Rumble. It's more. It's clean. I think StreamYards was pretty clean too. I use that once or twice. So those are good programs. So I'm not going to knock them. It's just my preference has swung over to Rumble Studios. It's clear and stuff, and I can get on like that now. Twitch, when I was in the Twitch day, just only the Twitch days, it was a little bit because as far as using a third party, and that's what Restream is. It's a third party. You can't call this a third party because, well, in the case it is because it's streaming out, but it's its own entity. It's broadcasting. You're making a Rumble video. Does Restream make its own videos? No, it's just a go-between. So it's a third-party app as far as the way I look at it. It's still a good app, okay? Don't get me wrong. It's still a good app. I'm not going to argue that. It brings to the table. I've explored other avenues. I'm curious. I'm a simple guy that's curious to look at what other options we have out there. And, if we just stayed on X and then we didn't go anywhere else, and then with the pending X changes, we say, oh my God, what's X doing? Well, that's their business. You don't put your eggs all in one basket. So if Rumble craps out for some reason, I can always go back to Twitch and use guest stars and use Prism to broadcast on 3, or else occasionally use Restream. But I have no use with what I'm doing now to use those platforms. They're good and great platforms, but I have no use for them now. For me, other people, they work, but if you want to be stuck in the mud and not look at the other options and stuff like that, and then just without thoroughly, and I say that word um, clearly, without thoroughly looking at the good and the bad. Like I said, the only thing I can see here on Rumble that, because, well, when you go to the present, you can't bring your pictures over here. They're strictly down here, but you can bring up everybody on the guest. And you can't, if I had Tony D, for instance, he's been up here before. I feel bad because he can't broadcast out. Restream has that. Does StreamYards have it? I don't know. So Restream, okay, bingo. But does Restream give you an opportunity to monetize? No, you're monetizing on that platform. So that's a plus to Rumble. So it trades off and stuff like that. You're not only monetizing right out of the gate, that's better than going over to YouTube Live. You're picking up pennies and stuff like that starting out. But if you get a good viewership, you can make some bank on this last night. People can send you tips, donations, and stuff like that. I've received that. It's not as quick as what I want to, but I'm just starting out here. I've been on Rumble since 2022 when it first came out, but I've only been on Rumble Studios here for a couple months because they just had it they've only had it started this year. It was still in beta, and then came out of beta February of this year, but I didn't find out about it until beginning of May, I think. I'm looking at this like, holy crap. I still remember my first week. I'm so excited about it. I had Rumble on the brain, Rumble Studios. So, it's just, and last night I was exploring different options as far as bringing up, my Mixcloud. I love Mixcloud. Mixcloud is a great music platform. I'm able to bring it up here. I'm a little leery about it because of the so-called copyright, but Rumble doesn't really care that much right for now. If they do, like they say, so I'll stop in a minute. And it's obvious over there on X, they don't really care too, because I see other broadcasters broadcasting. Well, we've seen on X, there's some individuals that have some really nasty stuff on their Twitter feed. So, that right there tells it that, you can do whatever you want on that platform. So it's all good though in the great scheme of things and stuff like that. So I got my Rumble rant out of the way. Let's see. Starting out here, let's see. Our current temperature is 52 degrees Celsius. Let's get that going. 52 degrees Celsius, which equates to, it was a gorgeous day yesterday. It was really nice, cool. And we actually, there's a bird flying out there. It's like, squirrel. 52 degrees Fahrenheit. It's 11 degrees Celsius as far as on the metric. And but it was nice and cool yesterday. We didn't have the air conditioner. It was great having the windows open. It's cool this morning. 52. It's cool. Might be able to get a walk in, but the missus she said she might not walk this morning there because we have that furnace guy coming in. Let's see. Partly cloudy today here in the southern tier of upstate New York. High of 78. That is low. After the heat we had, so it's welcomed. Winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And the sun rose this morning at 5:33 a.m. and we'll be setting at 8:46 p.m. We're getting close. 14 more minutes till then. I want to see that 9 o'clock. That's the one thing I look forward to in the weather. Not the weather, but the overall what's going on during the day. That 9 o'clock, the sun set at 9 o'clock here in the southern tier. Our world times and temperatures as I speak in Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:20 a.m. Cloudy skies, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In let me see. I got to check my audio here real quick. I just all right. Where's my audio? Oh, there it is. Okay, we got good audio. Okay. Let's see. Phoenix, Arizona at 3:20. Clear skies, 91 degrees in Phoenix. It's a hot one this early morning. In Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City at 5:21 a.m. Cloudy skies, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. And in New York City, the jungle, we have clear skies, 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Tina's just given us down there in New Jersey, where she's from, our Jersey girl. And actually, I looked on the map. I think, Tina, you're about, 5 hours drive from where I'm at. We're about a 5-hour driving distance to each other, I think. I wanted to say it was more like six. But if I was you're going through Pennsylvania, Route 81 there, that heading down that way, I think it's like 5 hours to get to where you're at, 4 to 5 hours. But Tina's down there in New Jersey, where it's 64 degrees Fahrenheit, 77 for the high in New Jersey. Thank you very much, Tina, for the spot check of New Jersey. She's down there in central New Jersey. Across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean in Cork, Ireland, at 11:22 a.m. It is cloudy skies, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italy, at 12:22, manja time, lunchtime in Milan, I like to say. Sunny and clear, 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Heading over to Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, as we love saying Kuala Lumpur. It is at 6:22 p.m. Clear skies, sunny and clear, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Tokyo, Japan, at 7:22 p.m. in the early evening, it's raining in Tokyo right now at 7:22 and 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And down on the continent, the great continent of Australia and great country of Australia, we love the people in Australia. They're great people. Never met a bad Australian. Though I imagine they do have their version. In Melbourne, Australia, 8:23 p.m. We got, is it raining? Yeah, it's raining in Melbourne. At 61 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, Australia, at 8:23 p.m., clear skies in Sydney, 57 degrees Fahrenheit as far as that goes. And those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. We do have a thought for the day. Our thought for the day, coffee's tasting good. Coffee is good. Let's see. It's from Charles Roberts Schwab Jr. or Senior. Everybody calls him Chuck. Charles Schwab, an American investor and financial executive who co-founded the Charles Schwab Corporation back in 1971. He is the company's chairman and largest shareholder, and was its CEO until 2008. And he decided to enjoy life and have somebody else be the CEO. But they're big. They're a big entity. And let's see. His quote and our thought for the day goes as follows: "The man who trims himself to suit everyone will soon wither himself away." Charles Schwab. The man who trims himself to suit everyone will soon wither himself away. Charles Schwab. And for this man to be as successful as he is, I'm sure he didn't trim himself to suit the way his business was going to go, or else he wouldn't be successful as far as that goes, or the people that were working for him. Basically, I guess what it is, you don't want someone that's kissing your ass. That's what I like about it. That's my takeaway. It tells me he doesn't like ass kissers. People that have one persona for you in front of you, and then somebody has that's one thing has been my mainstay. I'm the same person for the most part. I've changed a little bit since being married. I think marriage to the missus, some 30, was it 30s? God, let me do the math here. 24. I always got to do this when I bring that up too, as far as the thing there and stuff. So it's 1, 9, 10, 11, 30, 38. We've been married 38 years. This month, or this October or November? No, October. This October. Yes, makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense, Tina. So I'm the same person for the most part. My life changed after I met the missus, and I don't know what she looked in this knucklehead, but she evidently I don't know. I am not that way. You're not? Oh no, I didn't know. But you know who the people I'm talking to. They'll tell you one thing, and as far as that goes, and they'll tailor their persona and their attitude towards their audience, or else the way they want their audience to respond. I'm talking about certain broadcasters, Tina, because we see it. You can see it in broad. I'm the same broadcaster as I was in Haps. I think I've learned a lot more since Haps. I used to blow up a little bit, because I was very passionate. But I've simmered down a lot because it's one of those things that doesn't directly affect me, so I'm not going to give it any oxygen. As far as that goes, it's not worth it. I look. You have a tendency of looking back at where you came from. You can't relive your life, but you look back and you see where you are, and I am totally a different person than I am now. So I have not trimmed myself to suit uh, myself. I've changed for the better, I think, and that's all you can ask for yourself is change for the better. So I think that's a very inspirational quote from Charles Schwab, who's still with us. So I say thank you, Charles Schwab, and God bless. Tina says, I do what a bee got to do and say what a bee got to say. I'm not sure how to interpret. Let's bring that up. I do what I got to do and say what I got to. Yeah. You point blank, but as far as people can't take that, they can't. And the thing of it is, if you can take it to a degree where it's constructive criticism, Tina, but then other people take it right off the bat. And I used to be one of those people. I look back at some of the people, bosses, fire chiefs, supervisors, that they were being constructive criticism, though it was very critical. So most people aren't receptive to critical criticism, and I'll take it and stuff like that. But the one thing I don't like is someone that lies. I hate liars. I'll tell the truth, but then again, I'm not gonna fudge the truth. I'm going to say this is what it is. And sometimes people can't see the truth because it's right in front of their eyes, but they don't want to see it. And because they have a false sense of looking at things. My finger hits that B always lots of lip. I know. Yeah. So it just be who you want to be, but be kind and considerate. And, it's just like, put the people that try to muck up things and stuff like aside, because they don't matter in the great scheme of things and stuff like that. They can't take. I know there's some people that can't take. They look at they make up things. So that's what I'm saying. They make up things or they lie to try and booster their persona at the other person's expense. When if the people looking at that individual clearly and concisely, they say you're full of shit. And we've seen those people. There's been times I'm full of shit, okay? But for the most part, I try to be straightforward and all that. Tina, I've seen your comments coming up, and I like the Rumble. I like you being on Rumble. You have a new home on Rumble as far as that goes. I like seeing that. I like the Rumble icon. And for example, here, she's just answered that. She says, me too. I see through the... Yeah. We got to be aware of the liars too. And the people that booster themselves up at other people's expenses and stuff like that. You wish their family and them and their family the best and stuff like that. But I'm just talking about coming into a broadcast and stuff. Sometimes they're full of shit and stuff like that. And it just, you see these broadcasters say, "Oh, you're lurking and stuff like that. Why'd you come up and talk to me?" It's like, just do your gig. And, I come up here to meet with you folks. If you're watching us on the replay, I greatly appreciate it. I know where I'm at and stuff like that. It's just like, I don't care. The people that are sitting back watching this, I appreciate your views. The people, I know there's people that don't, I'm going to just say I'm not going to call them haters. They just disagree with me. I'm going to call them disagreeers. I don't like calling them haters, but I know they're curious, because every once in a while I'm curious on some of the people that I used to associate. I pop in every once in a while just to see. I'm not going to say hi to them, the individuals, because it's not worth it. Because they have, when I do the pop in every once, I think it's like every few months I'll say, oh, what's going on with this person? It's the same shit. And probably is, it's probably reciprocal as far as me. I'm doing the same shit. But I haven't changed. I haven't changed where, again, the one thing I can't, the only thing that's worse than a liar for me is someone that's bad, that's trying to do harm to another innocent person. And that's probably, that's in the terrorists, because terrorists are some very mean folks. They don't listen. They don't. They have their own agenda. The terrorists will just like that cut your throat, and not have a care in the world. And that's a reality. That's an eye-opening reality when you see that. As far as that goes, and we had an example of that on 9/11 and stuff. If that wasn't a wake-up call, and we should never forget that. Oh my God, that should never be. That should be broiled into our brain, something like that. But time does that, though. Time has a tendency of letting people, forget what the past transgressions are and stuff like that. They crop up every once in a while, but anyway, let's see. Our national day today. Did I get that? I thought I did. Did I post over that? Let's bring up the National Day here. Let's see, National Day. Or did I bring it up here? No, that's not on that one. It should be on the Surface 3. National Day. Today's National Day. Oh, yesterday was the God. I want to run to the refrigerator and get it. But I didn't have one yesterday. But the missus went shopping and she got the bomb pop. Yesterday was National Bomb Pop Day, and we got bomb pops on the in the refrigerator and stuff like that. But before we go to the, let's see, can I do this? It says I can't. Why not? Oh, let's see. Let's go down. Oh, did they up their minimum? Let's see. I'm just checking something here on the Rumble, because we're up to 13 viewers. Can I do this one? No, I can't. What the hell's going on here? Let's see. So I'm just looking at the campaigns. We're at 12 now, and I can't. So it says minimum of 33 for that one, minimum of 33. But the ones that are minimum of 10, I can't do. That's 10K, 17, 10K. Minimum of Rumble. I should be able to do that one. What else? That one, Truth Social. What about the coffee? Is the coffee on there? Huh. I'm up to. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let me refresh it. Maybe I have to refresh it. Well, I did a refresh. It's not clicking. So I don't know. Something's going on with the terms of service. Yep, we got the terms of service. Our campaigns, I'm going to have to send them a ticket. I should be able to do this one. There's a Rumble store we could talk about. There's, of course, True Social. I use that. There's a Rumble app itself. I've done that one a few times. I think the coffee one. What's going on here? Let's see. The phone went down. Let's bring the phone up here. You see 7 people. That's just on Rumble, Tina. I'm looking at the overall numbers, the total numbers between. We got 6 on Rumble, 1 on Locals, 3 on Facebook, 2 on Twitch. Over on X Live, we have. No, we have nobody on X Live. It's probably because was it Michael Bathurst's broadcast? He's got 110 people on X. Oh my good for you, Michael. Michael Bathurst is broadcasting right now. So and he's a Restream guy. He uses Restream. He uses it very, very efficiently. But the only thing is his broadcasts, they're portrait to fit the phone and stuff like that. I'm not I'm not knocking it. But I'm not a fan of the portrait. I'm a landscape guy. But this isn't working, and I have 11 people total as far as that goes. You're just looking at the on the Twitch side. Okay, let's get back to the National Day here. I guess let's see. We have National Logistics Day. Yeah, I guess it's okay. National Alaska Day. Whoop, throw it in the trash bin of all those other ones. Let's see. National Insurance Awareness Day. Oh, this is a good one. You gotta like this one. This is the one where you go, who doesn't remember Paul Bunyan and his blue ox blue? On June 20th, this is hashtag National Paul Bunyan Day. On June 28th, we fondly remember the tales of the big blue ox and the mighty lumberjack. It's National Paul Bunyan Day. Described as a giant and a lumberjack of unusual skills, Paul Bunyan is one of the most famous North American folklore heroes. And you like that one, Tina? Lots of yeah. Let's see. There we go. Lots of laughs. Hashtag National Paul Bunyan Day. First appeared in print back in 1906 in a story published by the Northern Michigan journalist James McGilvray. Paul Bunyan's character originated in folklore, circulated among the lumberjacks out there in northeastern Canada and eastern Canada. So it's eastern Canada, not the western part. So as far as that goes, one account states that the tales began during the Papian Rebellion of 1837. In 1914, William Leff had reworked the stories for a logger company advertising campaign. The campaign breathed new life into a growing legendary character of Paul Bunyan. It was 1922 edition of the Leghead's Tales that inspired many others, and soon the character, plaid shirt, and far-fetched characters spread across all the United States and Canada. Many cities in the northern central section of the United States claim the title of the official home of Paul Bunyan. I think there's a lot of those up in Minnesota. And we're broadcasting on the private Facebook. So my cousins up in Minnesota and Wisconsin, hi, good morning. And my sister out in Phoenix, as she watches this on the replay. I know there's a couple of people there. And also my friends from the Air Force. I got some really good friends that are on my private Facebook that I've known for over 50 years. I hope you're all doing well. But let's see. They claim to be the official home of Paul Bunyan so much that they have giant Paul Bunyan and the blue ox statues that pay tribute to the folklore. Towns host a variety of annual events that center around Paul Bunyan. So that's a good one. I like that. That's a good one. I remember I was in grade school when I was exposed to got to know the stories of Paul Bunyan and Blue, the blue ox companion of Paul Bunyan. Yesterday we did have other than doing that musical Mixcloud broadcast last night on here on Rumble Studios, I did do the audio podcast over there on Spotify for Podcasters app at Fireman Rich Audio Podcast on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And unless it's the every other Thursday or every other Tuesday, we do the Mixcloud there. But we talked about, what did we talk about? I forgot. I'm trying to find it here in my queue. Oh, I know. I can just go to my my X feed. Where's my X feed? Here we go. What did we talk about? We talked about Um, that's what we talked about. Was a person? Why can't I? Oh, there we go. It's going down now. Okay, I did that one. Let's see. Hang with me for a few moments, folks. Trying to find the exact. Oh, there it is. Scientists are puzzled over a bright white rock on the Mars surface, the first of its kind, never seen before, as far as that goes. And let me bring up that picture of that rock. I have a picture of the rock here. Let's not the rock, the wrestler. No, this is a rock that's on the surface of Mars. That let me bring this up as my first present. Share that. Go back and there it is. There's my Twitter. There's the white rock. That's my Twitter feed right there. That's um, let's see. You can see that white rock. It's something's different in this picture, so to speak. And all the other rocks, those are volcanic rocks, but this one, the mineral composition is not the same. So it was an interesting. This is from the Mars Perseverance that took this picture and examined the rock, and so there's ongoing surveys going on up there on Mars and such. And then yesterday also, just to recognize it. I put this up. Yesterday was PTSD Awareness Day, which is a very serious thing, very serious and concerning subject there for Marines or for the military, Marines, Army, Marines, Navy, Army, Air Force, Coast Guard that have this this illness. I guess it would be. Is it an illness? I guess it is. It's very detrimental to people. But the Department of Defense is committed to support our service members and veterans that are living with PTSD, like raising awareness, breaking the stigma, and providing resources. And there have to be resources. So it was PTSD Awareness Day yesterday, as far as the DoD, and there's being strides made and stuff like that, because it can be overly stressful, especially those that have been in combat, which I could say I have not. And it just it became relevant. And then you look back, that was around the problems I think we had. If you look at it, the returning veterans that fought in the Vietnam War, our country didn't want to deal with it, and we're dealing with it now after the Iraq War, and then the frickin' 20 odd years that we spent too long in Afghanistan and stuff like that. That was a debacle there. So there's issues that crop up with individuals that are in the military. They're in those type of environments, and we have to take care of them. We really do. We really have to take care of them. As far as that goes. And I'll check out your X later. Looks interesting. Yeah, and I got a few other things there too. Tina, you may not like, but it's not coming up yet, so I'm not going to talk about it and stuff. And I'm just going to go with the regular game plan here. My X pretty much expresses. I post a lot, a few more things on X that I do on my other platforms and stuff like that. For posting things, X I think is excellent. I've been on there, and I do, even when everybody was crapping on Elon Musk, and they still don't like Elon Musk. But oddly enough, they're coming back to X because these other platforms aren't cutting it. But there are, and that's the other thing. Don't just stay on X. Go on these. People are using Instagram Threads, Blue Skies. I'm on both those platforms. I'm on Truth Social. The people that are on Instagram Threads and Blue Skies, I know they don't like True Social, but you get different opinions and stuff like that. Tony D is in the house. you got a good morning before I could say good morning. Oh my God, that's good. Did you hear that, Tony? Salute to you, sir. Hashtag positive start to the day. And see, that's where yesterday, like I said, was yesterday was national was PTSD. That's a serious illness. Now you hear me say hashtag PSTTD. That's positive start to the day. Okay, just to say, okay, I'm aware of the other one, very much so. Okay, very much so. I'm aware of that one. And this isn't to pun fun at it, but it's to say, hey, we need to stay positive and try to be positive. And he said, good morning to Mrs., but she beat you to the punch, Tony. And Tony saying good morning to Tina. And then likewise, Tina saying good morning to Tony. So good morning. Thank you. They're both on Rumble. I like that. We're on Rumble. We're at 12 people. Can I do a campaign now? How come I can't do a campaign? It's not saying I can do it. It says minimum viewership is 10. Maybe I have to have a total of 10 on Rumble. Okay, it's not the total. Maybe I was looking at that wrong. Maybe we only have 8 on Rumble, so we need 2 more. That'll be, see, I know it's not working. So my next thing to think about, for me to say a campaign, the Rumble has to be up to 10 people. And right now it's not up to Rumble. So the audio podcast went very well yesterday. I really enjoyed doing that. There's going to be some changes. You know, that's the thing. We're talking about changes. The app I use on this phone, okay, it's the, let me bring that up. This is the, I can't really see that. Let me do that again here. Let me, let's see. What do we got here? Can I change the exposure? Oh, I don't know what. Let's see. But that's, well, you can't really see it. It's all white out and stuff like that. But I do use the Spotify for Podcasters app, which is a very good app. There's going to be some changes to it, I think, are going to come down the road here. Let's see, backing up here. Tony tells us down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, it's 70. How come you're... How come that didn't come up? Let's try that again. Oh, there it is, the YouTube logo. From YouTube, Tony is telling us, currently down in Warner Robins, Georgia, where he's from, down there in the great state of Georgia, Peach State. 73 degrees Fahrenheit right now, 90 degrees for the high. Ooh, that's going to be a hot one down in Georgia. 73 for the low, mostly sunny down in Warner Robins, Georgia. Thank you, Tony. So the Spotify for Podcasters app, there's going to be some changes. So we'll be seeing that. We're on the last week of June, so it'll be next week. I'm going to be keeping tabs on that one to see what the changes are. You got to be susceptible to the changes. Let's see. Let's go into our history for the, you know what? Let me go ahead and do 100 years ago today. And then I'm going to take a break, and then we'll come back and finish. I think that's a new format I'm going to go with as far as that goes. So let me bring this up, and let's see, where is it? 100 years. I know I have it. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. We'll share that. Got it sized up, and we'll go to the present, and we'll go 100 years ago. This is as of Friday, or no, Wednesday, 26, because they're always 2 days behind as far as that goes. So let me do that, and we'll bring this up, and let's see, copy that.
And tonight we continue our segment on sharing some of Broome County's past. Delivering that news for us now is Broome County historian Roger Luther, brought to you by Broome County Recycles.
100 years ago today, the memorial statue to Broome County's veterans of the Spanish-American War is nearly completed, but it'll probably not be put in place until next summer. The statue will be placed near the approach to the Memorial Bridge, currently being built over the Shenango River to Riverside Drive. Plans are being made for construction of a new church at Thorpe and Edward Street for the Syrian population in this area. The dance will be held tomorrow night in the roof garden at the new Binghamton Elks Lodge Clubhouse on Washington Street. And finally, photographs of 5 Binghamton mayors are being added to the Mayor's Gallery in the Common Council Chamber. Gallery is now complete with portraits of every one of Binghamton's mayors. That was the news 100 years ago.
100 years ago. So nothing really exciting. We had a statue being built for the Spanish-American War. Geez, that's one war I have not really looked at as far as that goes. I have not looked at that in history. And plans are being constructed for a new church for Syrian population in it. Oh, wow. Okay. Even 100 years ago, we had people immigrating from Syria. A dance at the new will be held the roof garden, the new Binghamton Elks Lodge. You know, that's the thing. You look at these Elks Lodges that are in the community, they're old. Some of them are old. And then we got a big gallery of the mayors up until 100 years ago. So I don't know how many mayors Binghamton has had since then. So sort of a little bit tame this morning, I think. No shenanigans. Yes. There we go, Tina. No shenanigans. I like that. That's right. That's what I was looking for. I guess that's the one thing I'm always looking for, the shenanigans. No shenanigans 100 years ago on this past Wednesday. We'll find out next Monday when I do the Friday version and stuff like that. I am broadcasting on. We'll see what happens. If I feel like I'm bringing back, where if I feel like broadcasting on a Saturday or even a Sunday, I like just kicking back and stuff like that. If I do come up on a Sunday, it's going to be a gaming or something. But either way, if I do come up on Sunday edition, I don't play that. That's the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's primarily for the Monday, Wednesday live stream broadcast here. So, and I think that's what we both look for, Tina, is the shenanigans as far as that goes.
She's going to be leaving in a few.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go take a break, and I will be right back, folks. And just talk amongst yourselves, and we'll be right back. Rumble Studio. Say hi to Hal for us. He's is he broadcasting? Yep, I see him up on the tote board along with Total Dad and our good friend Liam, Total Jim Figerty. So see you later, Tina. Thank you. See you Monday. If not, I'll see you during the weekend. So, but we are back here on the Friday morning coffee for this Friday, June 28th. 2024. We had a good first hour. We're going to be going here maybe another 30 minutes to an hour. We'll see how it plays as far as that goes. And we just we'll finish up on the history here, stuff we had 100 years ago. We just saw that there was no shenanigans here. So everybody behaved themselves 100 years ago on Wednesday. But we got a second cup of coffee here. And those people that are watching, I want to say thank you very much for your viewership right now. And let's see what Tony, thank you for retweeting the thought for the day. And thank you, Mike out there in Missouri, the Mr. Mike 1. Thank you for, and Tony for favoring the comment. And Tony favored the broadcast this morning. Thank you on the X just to recognize that. But over there on X Live, we've got 3 people. Hey, the 3 viewers on X, thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate it as far as that goes. And let's see. Tony D saying hi also on the Twitch side. He's hanging out with us this morning. I know he's at work this morning. And let's see. We have 8 people on Rumble. And Tony saying hi to Big Juice on the Twitch side. He's seen him on the Twitch. We have 1 person on Locals, 2 people on Twitch, 3 people on X. And who do we have? Oh, we got to bring up. You know what we got to bring up? I forgot. We got to bring up Kick. I forgot to bring up Kick. What do we got going on Kick? Let's see. Let's see how we look on Kick. Yeah, we're 18. Start watching. And I don't think we have anybody on. Oh, we got 1 viewer on Kick. Okay. So, yeah, that's our 7th place that we're broadcasting on is Kick. And let me just bring that up here on the tab up in here. Bring that over here. And let's see. Creator dashboard. Yeah, we got 1 viewer on Kick, and we're looking pretty good on Kick. And that's the one I do the RTMP off of Rumble Studios and stuff. And let's see, Tony D. What did Tony D say here? Looks like I'm off tomorrow. Might come on tonight. Oh, okay, I'll be available, Tony. It's Friday night. I'll be able to hang out and do the Friday night hangout. That'd be good. I know our good friend Michael Bathurst there. He's been doing some late night broadcasting, and I guess he's no longer broadcasting as I see on the X. So he probably dropped down. So he'll probably he could be available. So I'll but you're off tomorrow, so you'll be able to be on tonight, and which I'll probably be taking a nap, and I'll be on tonight. I'll be on with you or something like that. So I'll be available. That'll be cool. We can hang out, talk about some things, and as far as playing catch up, as far as that goes. Of late, I really haven't had anything in the news as far as that goes. I do have that 100 years ago today segment, but let's see on the news here. NAPS Our Life. I'm not understanding what's. Oh, NAPS Our Life. Yeah, okay. I thought you were doing an acronym. I see things in capital. I think it's acronyms as far as that goes. But yeah, I would agree. I had a good nap yesterday, so I was able to stay up late last night to watch the watch things. I'll just leave it at that. But that'd be good because you've been very busy, so you are missed as far as your broadcast and stuff. I just sometimes I feel like, damn it, Rich. I'm not going there, Tony. No, I won't go there. Okay, we'll keep it. That's why I've changed. Okay, I've changed. But if you ask me the question, you may not like the answer, but that's the thing. Everybody has an opinion, and everybody has. I'm not going to go there. I know what you're talking about, Tony. Yeah, he laughs. He keeps me. I've learned a lot from Tony. Tony's been a really good friend and stuff. And you watched it too? Yeah. I don't know. You decide. I'm trying not to, because I've already posted a few things on my X feed that I don't normally post everywhere, but I'm not going to bring it up and stuff like that because it's not really. We're already an hour into the show and it really hasn't been brought up. So we'll just leave it at that. Me and Tony having a very off the beaten path. That's what I like. I like bouncing things off of Tony. Tony, he's, we're both prior military. He's my brother veteran. I like calling that good friend and fellow broadcaster stuff. And I mean that in that order. He served, and I really respect those people that have served. And because people thank me, and I'm just thinking, I just served. It's like it had the military aspect and stuff like that. And I'm honored that I have and stuff like that. But there's been so many people since I got out that have done so much more than I had and put their lives at. I have a family member that put their life on the line. That family members that put their lives on the line in the military. So it's just if you. I think there's a camaraderie of people that have been in the military too, as far as that goes. I mean, we were at the when we took Jack in last month for his asthma. I think I was out talking to this lady that was real close to our car because I was in the back, and then she took the Jack in, and I'm trying to get out, and I just sparked up a conversation. Oddly enough, her husband's retired military as a chief master sergeant. Or sergeant major in the Army, and she's retired Navy. So it's just like right here in little old rural Tioga County and stuff like that. So I was outside talking for about 20 minutes before I finally realized I got to go in there, and the missus just laughing and stuff. So I really cherish the friendship that I have with Tony because we, in essence, we have. I haven't really walked totally in his shoes, but I have on a military aspect and I can understand that. And then that's a big life-changing thing for one person over the years and stuff like that. And as far as that goes, let's finish up with the history on this day. Let's say, and there's going to people that say, oh, who cares? As far as that goes, but a happy 53rd birthday to entrepreneur Elon Musk. He's 53 today. So happy birthday, Elon. Don't change X Live. I don't want X Live to change. I like it just the way it is. Through his ambition, sleepless work ethic, and engineering brilliance, Musk undoubtedly transformed the world for the better. And the thing of it is, people don't see that. I think what he's doing, he's trying to do for the betterment of the human. Just like, and I like Elon. I disagree. There's a lot of things I probably disagree with him and stuff. I like them. I didn't like Steve Jobs, but I respected enough that he tried to change things for the better overall. And I think he saw that later on. I think he was a bit of a douchebag in his early years, but who wasn't? I was a douchebag, for God's sake. But for the betterment with his work with Tesla and SpaceX, especially SpaceX. SpaceX is just off the chart for me as far as that goes. With the former, he had electric cars cool and widely designed for the first time, resulting in sales that have moved 1 million internal combustion engines off from the road. So people aren't even giving, the climate wackos aren't even giving him credit for that. But with the latter, he creates the world's first reusable rocket. And we saw that the other day, the Falcon Heavy. I mean, that's technology at the pinnacle, and gave NASA a space faring supply chain independent of Russian. So happy birthday, Elon Musk, for today. 78 years ago, the saxophone was patented by the guy's last name was Sachs. Adolphine Sachs, who at the age of 16 was already an accomplished Belgian instrumental maker, dreaming of creating a group of instruments that would be the most powerful and vocal of the woodwinds and the most adapted of the brass instruments. Okay. And Labor Day on this day in 1894 officially became a holiday for federal employees of the United States. We don't do Labor Day until September now. Oh, the law was passed. It was the first, okay, for the first Monday of September. Okay, so the law was passed, officially becoming, okay, they passed, today's the day they passed the law. The big one, the Treaty of Versailles was signed, ending World War I, which is supposed to be the war that end all wars, but that was a farce for the Allies. Belgium, Britain, France, Italy, and the United States against Germany and Austria-Hungary back in 1919. And that was a brutal war. War is brutal to begin with. We don't need to have wars. We need to do everything in our power to say we do not want war. We do not accept war. But in the same breath, those people that like to perpetrate war, we have to stand ready. So we have to counter it. Just like, let's see. Canada became. What's that one? Let's see on the AP side. Man, the coffee's tasting good this morning. 1938, British Queen Victoria was crowned in Westminster Abbey. Queen Victoria. Yeah, it was Queen Elizabeth's mom. 1863, during the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln appointed Major General George G. Meade the new commander of the Army of the Potomac following the resignation of Major General Joseph Hooker. He went through quite a few generals in the beginning of the Civil War because they didn't have their act together. Best general that came out of the Civil War was Ulysses S. Grant. If you watch the biography, there's on the History Channel, they had a biography of Ulysses S. Grant. Great American. Well, oddly enough, on this day, you had the signing of Versailles, but in 1914, it was the Francis Ferdinand of Austria and his wife Sophia were shot to death in Sarajevo, Yugoslavia, by a Serb nationalist, and the act sparked World War I. So the signing of Versailles was years later. When was the signing of Versailles? That was 1919, so it's 5 years. How come I think, 5 years. That's a brutal war, World War I. I've studied up these last several years, these past years on looking at World War I, and it just was a brutal war. 1950, North Korean forces captured Seoul, the capital of South Korea, and they pushed the South Korean and U.S. forces down to Busan, where that's when General MacArthur came in, and he pushed them all the way back to the Chinese border, and then the Chinese got involved, and they ended up at a stalemate at the 38th parallel, which I never visited. I was over in Korea for a year when I was in the service, and it's a different country. Korea is definitely different than Japan. Japan is definitely different from Korea. So it's just, and that's about it, I think, as far as I see on the history. Okay, that's done with history. Major League Baseball. The Mets were off yesterday. The Yankees, they're playing Toronto, I believe. Wow, we went down to one person on Rumble. I guess we're at the tail end of the broadcast. I've noticed that on my numbers, they start out and they go up the first hour, and then this second hour they just sort of. I wonder if people was anticipating something else that I was going to talk about, but I'm not going to. Let's see. Baseball yesterday. The Yankees lost to the Blue Jays. So where's that put the Yankees in the standings right now? Oh, Orioles are in first place now. Their percentage is 630, where the Yankees is 627. They're literally tied, but I think the Orioles beat the Yankees, so they're 51 wins, 30 losses for the Orioles, but the Yankees have 52 wins but 31 losses. And the Red Sox were 7 games behind that. So in the National League, the Mets, they moved up. They're not second to last. They're right in the middle. They're playing they're right on 500 ball. Good for the Mets. That probably the two, Tony, I don't know if you're still listening, but the Mets, they freaking ate up the New York Yankees there for that two-game Subway Series. I was excited about that. I got to watch a little of the first, but more of the second game. And the Mets took both of those games. They might be considered. They were talking at the end of the second game. This could be a turnaround, so hopefully it will. They're at 500 ball, so that's good. They just got to continue playing. Let's see. The Mets. When do they play again? Let's see. Today, the Yankees. Oh no, the Mets are playing tonight at 7:10 with the Astros. So I hope they kick the Astros' ass. I don't like the Astros. I like the Texas Rangers. But the Houston Astros, I do not like. They're cheaters. They're a good ball game. They got some good players there. And the Yankees, they are playing. Are they off tonight? They were playing Toronto. Oh, okay, yeah, they're playing the Blue Jays tonight at 7. So we got both the Yankees and Mets in play tonight, as far as that goes. So. Let's see. We have. Let me check. Do we have anything? I am not seeing. Let's check over on WNBF. And I'm just checking out my local news here because you guys know what the world and national crap news that's going on and stuff like that, and it's not. I don't like where it's. I just want to show a little bit of my thing here. Let's see, Broome County honored. Okay, excellence. Flying cars come to upstate New York to help ongoing crisis. Flying cars. What's this all about? Are we serious? Oh, they're approving fly cars. Fly cars is a medical. When you have emergency response, they have a vehicle known as a fly car. That's a fast responder EMT paramedic instead of an ambulance. So they get there first to try and stabilize the patient and stuff. That's what they're talking. Fly cars come to upstate New York to help with ongoing crisis. And the ongoing crisis in New York State is there's not enough emergency services people, volunteers, to help out across the board as far as that goes. So and let's see, there's nothing on there. Let's go to WNBF or WBNG. And WBNG electric police showcase for. Oh, this could be interesting. Let's do this one. Yeah, Endicott is the birthplace. I always say that when I say Endicott. Endicott is the birthplace of IBM. Okay, and it's a nice little village. It's a nice little village up there in Broome County, and I worked there at the IBM plant in Endicott on North Street for 9 years before I moved to the day job that I call it, the day job. I haven't used that term in a long time. But it seems like the police department is getting something that is pretty interesting. It deals with technology as far as that goes. Endicott Police Showcase. Oh, I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button. Let me bring that back. Showcase a robotic bomb spotting dog. They do have a bomb. I've there's been a couple incidents I was on where I've actually worked with these guys when I was in emergency services and stuff. And these guys, they do a good job. So robotic bomb spotting dog. Let's see what this one's about. Hang in there. Let me bring it up here, and here we go.
The Endicott Police Department has been unveiling the capabilities of their new bomb dog this week, but the four-legged friend looks a bit different from most of the other dogs. 12 News' Kyle Spizak has more.
Spot, the bomb-spotting robotic dog, is a member of the Endicott Police Department that came into the force in 2022. Spot is an example of new technology that has become available to first responders to help them and citizens stay safe in dangerous situations. Crystal Kim is a detective and member of the bomb squad at the Endicott Police Department, and she says that Spot's technology allows bomb squad members to be safer while investigating suspicious packages.
He'll give us view on, he has cameras, he has microphones, he gives us a view of packages that we need more information about to give us anything we need to prepare us better for when we do have to go downrange, because most of the time that's inevitable that we do have to.
Spot isn't just limited to Endicott Police's bomb squad, though. He helps serve 8 different counties and even in SWAT situations when his services are needed.
So we cover, as the bomb squad, we cover 8 counties. We cover Broome, Chemung, Shenango, Portland, Tioga, Tompkins, Delaware, and Otsego counties. And anyone that calls for mutual aid will help out with. Spot has actually helped our SWAT team on SWAT call-outs for barricaded subjects, so he's not just specific to us. We help anybody that asks.
Spot comes from a federal grant that covered the $250,000 price tag, so he protects the community while not costing any local tax dollars. I'm Kyle Spizak, 12 News, Broome County.
So that's a very expensive robotic dog, $250,000, but it sounds like it's already done itself. There it is. It has an arm. It can take a pipe bomb, and you don't have to have a individual person going in there, what we call EOD, explosives ordnance disposal team, which I have dealt with. And I think Tony D has probably dealt with the EOD folks in the Air Force as far as that goes. They're a freaking great bunch of people that do some dangerous stuff as far as to clean up munitions as far as that goes. So that's a pretty interesting article right there. We got a technology right here. Well, Broome County is a little bit not as rural as Tioga, but we appreciate the service of the Endicott Police Department here in rural Tioga County and such. So that was a pretty interesting article there. Let's see what else is on the news here. Battery University, Binghamton New Energy. What's this about? Oh, I like Binghamton University. This is a jewel that's in the rough of the southern tier of upstate New York. Binghamton University, they have a professor there. I've talked about him before. He's they have there's one professor there that he is a Nobel chemist. He is I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he's the scientist, and he teaches at Binghamton University that developed the lithium battery that we have in every one of these to enable. He's can't think of the gentleman's name, but he was just recently here knighted by the Queen. But this is And this, he probably has some doings on this and stuff like that. So let's listen to this particular article also.
In Broome County, as Binghamton University took a major step today toward its goals with America's battery industry. 12 News' Daniel Curran visited the university's new Battery NY campus.
Binghamton University launched its National Science Foundation Upstate New York Energy Storage Engine in Johnson City Thursday morning. The building, located on Gannett Drive, will serve as Battery NY, a place where the university and New Energy New York plan to create a battery innovation and manufacturing ecosystem throughout upstate New York.
It will let us really come up with new inventions, which we intend to test out and build up to commercial stage in this facility. We're building on the similar capabilities at RIT, at Cornell, Syracuse.
Binghamton University and New Energy New York were one of 10 groups in the country to be awarded in the National Science Foundation's Regional Innovation Engines competition. They are receiving up to $160 million in federal funding throughout the next decade for this battery storage engine.
We know that energy storage will play a vital role in the way in which the world thinks about energy, not only for the next 5 years, but for the next 10, 15, 20 years going forward. And it's starting already right now. It has started over the work that's been taking place over just the course of the last few months as well.
The two believe the work done here will make upstate New York a national and global leader in battery innovation.
I don't see anywhere else that this could happen and build the potential impacts this engine can and will bring. That potential means jobs. That potential means bringing manufacturing back to the U.S. And that potential is to write a critical next chapter of our energy transition.
Those involved say the building will introduce the next frontier of American innovation. Daniel Curran, 12.
And you saw the gentleman I was talking about. His name was Stanley Whitham. He's from the UK. He's a professor. He's the gentleman that developed the lithium battery. He teaches at Binghamton University, which is in Vestal, New York, though it's called Binghamton. It's right. Vestal and Binghamton border each other. So the actual campus is it's called Binghamton, but it's in Vestal, New York. And it's a very, very good and fantastic college education-wise. It's there's a lot of people that have gone to Binghamton University that are renowned in the entertainment and even in the sports. The one gentleman, the older gentleman on PTI, which is on ESPN, he's the one that at the end of the I can't think of the black gentleman's name, but the other guy is a white guy. I don't think he's Canadian, but he waves a Canadian flag at the end of the show. It's on PTI on ESPN. He went to Binghamton University, and there's quite a few people that finding out that they get their education there, and they're getting it done here with the battery technology. Of course, they have the man there, our man Sir Stanley. You got to call him Sir Stanley Whitham, who was in there at Binghamton University. That's spearheading this because he invented the lithium battery. He got the Nobel Science Prize there for chemistry for the battery, and then he was recently knighted by King Charles. So there's a lot going on with and it's just right here in good old southern tier of upstate New York, folks. So let's see, what do we got on time? Well, I think we're coming up on an hour and a half. Oh, we got 2 minutes. Let's just double check our news feeds here, and we did have a pair of there's a pair of Bearcats. Bearcats are the University of let's talk about let's go. I got one more thing to show you. Let's go ahead and go with this one. This is we got two individuals at the Binghamton University, the Bearcats. That's their mascot, the Bearcat. Grads take to the track last night, yesterday. I'm not sure how they did, but let's go ahead but they're trying out for the Olympics. Let's check this one out here.
just 29 days away now. And this evening, 2 Bearcats will take the next step on their paths to Paris. BU grads Eric Holt and Emily Mackay both step back into the blocks tonight at Team USA's trials.
Being in this position and knowing that I have a real shot, it's very exciting, and it means the world to me, even just to be in the position that I'm in.
Emily Mackay is one of 2 Southern Tier track stars getting ready for a shot at the Summer Olympics. The Binghamton University and Union Endicott graduate is at the Team USA track and field trials in Oregon.
I'm excited. I think I can make it happen, even though I know it's going to take a great performance, maybe near perfect performance from myself. I think that I'm definitely fit enough, and yeah, I just got to make it happen.
Mackay comes into the 1,500-meter trials rounding into peak form. She recently set personal records in both the 1,500 and in the 800 meters, setting the fastest time for an American female this season.
Staying really strong through the whole kind of preseason and waiting to hit speed work until now, I think has really just helped me to feel sharp.
She won't be the only Bearcat Thursday night out on the track. 2018 Binghamton alum Eric Holt hits the track about an hour before Emily. Holt competed last week in the 1,500 meter, but was unable to lock up a spot on the team. He has a second chance to don the red, white, and blue, attempting to qualify in the 800.
He's going to do this. He's going to go against the best in the world. He's beaten an Olympian, like in Hobbs Kessler. He's almost beaten a world champion in Jake Whiteman. Like this is the guy who he is. He's going to put his head down and grind, and he's not going to give up.
Holt's determination was recently rewarded as well. Just 24 hours before his 800-meter qualifying heat, Holt inked his first shoe deal. The Bearcat will now be rocking the Puma Cat on his kit, signing a sponsorship deal with the sneaker company. Holt said to Runner's World magazine after the deal was announced, he's excited to show the world that Puma made a wise investment. They'll start up tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eric Holt will be on the track first. His race, the third of 4 800-meter qualifiers. Mackay heads to the blocks about an hour later. She is in the final of 3 1,500-meter heats, those starting up at 8:23 p.m.
Plane versus pickup in Pleasant.
Okay, a little overclip there. I'm looking to see how they did last night as far as that goes. So as far as the follow-up. So just bear with me and stuff like that. They ran last night. I'm not much into the Olympics. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is off of the Bearcats news update from the U.S. Olympic trials as of June 27th at 9 p.m. Emily Mackey and Eric Holt advanced. They advanced to the semifinals, so they go to the semifinals. So that they made it. So that's good. Mackey was second in her heat. Oh, that's great. She was second in the 1,500. The missus has joined us here, and Holt was fifth in his heat, and the 23rd overall for the men's 800. So those are 2 races. I used to the 1,500. That's a 3-mile race, and I used to do that in track, and I used to do the 880, which is now the 800. And I guess after my senior year in track, I was on the 880 relay teams, which I ended up lettering because I was the weakest link when it came to running. But I ended up I ran a fairly steady 880 and stuff like that, but the 2 guys that were ahead of me, they got enough lead. We had this one guy, Tony Banks. I remember his name. He went to Binghamton University on a full scholarship for running and track and field and cross country. This guy could fly like the wind. Oh my God! But there's two classmates of mine that would run ahead of me, and they get a little bit of a lead. And then by the time I got the baton and I did my 2 laps for the 880. On the 440 track that we used to have, and I would hand the baton off to Tony Banks, and he would just fly. Oh my God, the guy was a great. I'm not sure where he's at today and stuff like that, but he was a great runner back in high school and stuff. A great memory watching him run and such. So some Binghamton University connection there. So, but it's great to see that we have two local individuals there from Binghamton University that advances as far as the Olympic trials. I'm not that much into the Olympics, but I'll keep posted on certain events. As far as I'm concerned, you got the track and field is where it's at and stuff. The big one for me, and I don't even know who's in the U.S. team for the marathon. I used to follow the Olympic marathon marathoners in Hull back in the day, and when I got out of high school and into this, when I went to the Air Force, I did a lot of running then. Made it on the Air Force team a couple times back in the day, and the base team that went to the this was over in Europe to the USAFE championships. I crapped out. There's too many good runners. But the marathoners like Frank Shorter, and Frank Shorter was my favorite runner of all times. He would have won the Montreal Olympic marathon if it didn't rain. The rain sort of boggled him up a little bit. And what was the other one from Boston? I can't think of his name. He was Bill Rogers. That's what Bill Rogers, I think it was. Yeah. So, well, we are at an hour and 35 minutes. So I think that's where I'm going to end it here, because we have a total of 3 people on the broadcast right now or watching. So, but the main thing is, if you're watching this on the replay, I greatly appreciate the replay numbers that come in are greatly appreciated. So we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here and get our day started. And but with that, I want to say thank you very much for Tina, our Jersey girl, coming in this morning, along with Tony D. Tony D was here. Thank you very much, Tony D. As far as we had Big Juice. Steve was here. Big Juice coming in from Ohio, and we had Tony D in here, and so not a very good chat as far as that goes for a Friday. And I really appreciate you guys being in the chat. I appreciate the viewership, you guys watching. I really appreciate that very much as far as that goes. And if you want to sit back and watch, that's fine. There's no pressure in coming into the chat. The chat is there available for you, and that's what I love about the live streaming. It's there. So unlike some other broadcasters that may call you lurkers, and you might be potentially, I just call you viewers. You are a very important part of why us broadcasters that do this live streaming are up here, and I greatly appreciate it. And also the replay viewers, thank you very much, as always, for viewing, taking a little bit of your time to watch this knucklehead go yap, 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 and I appreciate it. So we're at the end of a week. We're starting the weekend, so you all have a great weekend. We'll be up somehow. I think Tony said something about being on tonight. That's Tony D. Let me get his card out here. Tony D. Just to highlight him, just so you know, check him out there. He'll have, if he goes on tonight, that's where he'll be posting it over there on X. And with that, you can find me over on X at Fireman Rich, as well as at Fireman Rich on Truth Social, Blue Skies, Instagram Threads, and on the public Facebook. It's all, I got to make a card for that. All one word, The Real Fireman Rich. So you all have a great one, and enjoy your weekend. Rich Roberts, wishing you all well. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Thanks again.